Greetings and salutations, my name is Deltran, doing Fire Emblem Heroes, talking about Summer Xander. I got to spend some quality time with Summer Xander. We got to bond over the fact that neither one of us can swim, although he's trying his darndest to swim and I'm just trying to avoid a beach. Regardless, here's some of my thoughts. We're going to review Summer Xander here and talk about how he actually performs in the field. If you guys watched that dumpster fire of a build video I did for Summer Xander, I am so sorry, but you already know that I had so much fun building this hero. It was just a lot of fun. I looked back at the builds I put in there and I'm already saying, oh, I should have did this build. I should have showed that build. As a matter of fact, the build you're seeing here has fortress defense, not fortify defense, and obstruct. It's a good skill on a tanky character. I can't believe I've ignored it this long. I think I'm gonna have to rethink my strategy when it comes to defensive units. But I did put him through his paces. You can see some gameplay right now of Summer Xander. I put him on a good team here. Right now I have Clarice with him. Later on I have some PvP stuff going on with Reinhardt, and we're going to talk about PvP in a little bit. We're going to talk about PvE first and foremost. The Summer Xander builds that I showed, I have pretty much all the inheritance for them, so I got to play around with all kinds of builds for Summer Xander. I got to run around and see how he was performing. Honestly, I love the unit. I haven't had this much fun with a unit in quite a while, to be honest with you. I've been surprised by units, I've been disappointed by units. There's always been some sort of excitement, but I was honestly giddy to get to use him. So if anything else, he's definitely a very fun unit to use. I didn't say unit enough in the past minute, so unit. Okay, perfect. Moving on. In PvE, he is fantastic. The high defense is wonderful. There's not that many green units. Well, there's a lot of green units that do have high defense, but really the only popular one is Hector. When it comes down to it, either you're using Hector or you don't have a defensive green unit, which is a shame, but that's a different video. As far as I'm concerned right now, though, this is quite possibly one of the best green walls, period. The 2 movement that Summer Xander was giving me was superior in so many ways to just running a single armor unit along with a bunch of infantry or horses or anything. I wouldn't really run Summer Xander along with a bunch of horses. I mean, normal Xander, if you got him from a Grand Hero battle, really does well in that niche, even though he's not green. I've been on a defensive tile. Normal Xander can tank a hit from a very, very hard-hitting blue if you put him right there on that defensive tile. Summer Xander, his flexibility, his maneuverability, the fact that you don't have to always dedicate his A slot to distant counter, the fact that you don't always have to dedicate his weapon to a unique legendary weapon. If anything, at least as of right now of recording, there's no clear benefit to being able to have Lilith's floaty on him, because there's the 1 speed's gonna help. The 1 attack, whatever. It's been a couple of times when I've been short, and it's easy to flesh up in other ways. The speed, believe it or not, is another story, but the attack, at least for me, has always been a little hard, has been easier to shore up. Regardless, the weapon is pretty cool, but you could switch that out, and sometimes I've noticed, though, that it seems like you either have to emphasize defense or you have to emphasize attack. With Hector, you sort of got it all. You got a wonderful attack, you got a wonderful defense, and you have wonderful hit points to boot. They both have garbage resistance, so that doesn't matter. Summer Xander's faster than Hector, but it doesn't matter because of all the defense Hector has. So there's definitely a time to run Hector, but I think the flexibility that Summer Xander provides is going to really, really showcase just how much you might need to have a fast-moving tank hero. Now, for blue, they have Lucas. For red, honestly, normal Xander from the Grand Hero battle is the best. As of recording, I don't know when we're going to see him again, so if you don't have him, I'm sorry to brag, but yes, I have mine. He's at 5 stars, and he is just as magnificent as Summer Xander. The build options that you can put on Summer Xander really let him fit into whatever niche you're going to. And Ignis is plenty strong enough to let him stand and deliver. If you're going to emphasize defense, I mean, yeah, 80% of 41 is enough to kill pretty much anything after you've already been standing there and you've been taking shots from things. I don't have a don't have an assist skill on this guy right now, and I'm sorry. I do have reposition now as of recording, but whenever I was coming up with everything for this particular video, I didn't have anything on him. But now I do have reposition. Swap is a lot better in certain tight spaces, and even now, I think I wish I would have probably put swap on him. But, you know, reposition is going to be good. It's going to be great for PvP arena. Speaking of PvP, there's going to be a little segment of PvP in a moment. I just want to address real quick that he's wonderful in PvP. I've been able to use him to actually just tank hits and to block units and to get in the way. And you know what? He goes up there, he blocks a unit. Ranged guy can come up over and just deal the extra damage. He keeps on blocking things. It feels like a completely different meta to me in a way, because the one-hit meta is fun to optimize around. It's easy to optimize around. Let's be honest, okay? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to say, what do I need to do? Add more damage. This battle of attrition that you can use with defensive units is great. Now, this is a map here. It's 10-1 from the story mode. No spoilers here. There's Ike down at the bottom, staring at my Ike up at the top. Theoretically, anyway. I think that wall's supposed to be taller since, you know, you can't fly over it. But it's... I was purposefully using the Obstruct here, and I was using it a little without any real reason to. However, you could clearly have times where you want to have Xander surrounded, or you want to have a mage in a place to be able to peg someone else, and using Obstruct like this, this was just wonderful. This was a great test to make sure that you could do something like that, and I enjoyed being able to have that whole back line completely clear. Running a blue mage with Summer Xander means that he really was never in any danger at all. I mean, if you have a healing build Lind there, or even if you go ahead and swap out the infantry pulse, give him hone attack 5 and let him buff a blade tome user behind him, it's going to be a fun time. I guarantee it. Sorry, that's way obscure. Anyway, so while we're finishing up this map, let me go ahead and talk a little bit more about PvP, because the builds for Summer Xander either emphasize a lot more attack, which is not going to compensate, or well, let me back up half a step. If you're looking for one-hit kills, you're gonna run Brave Axe on a unit. Summer Xander can use a Brave Axe, but he doesn't use it anywhere near as good as Raven, who comes with a Brave Axe. There's no reason to be like, hey Raven, I'm gonna give this Brave Axe to Summer Xander, because when it comes down to it, he is doing 30 less kills than what Raven would with that axe. This is on neutral IVs, and you know, your mileage may vary. Maybe you have a garbage Raven and you're like, what do I do? Well, you know, Summer Xander can of course wield a Brave Axe, and it does bring him up into you know what, a respectable number of kills, but for the investment in feathers, at least from my view in the cheap seats, it's not worth it. So skipping over the glass cannon builds, you're looking at a Summer Xander where you can actually use Flame Boost. A lot of people love fielding minus at hit point heroes, and so you just go ahead and leave Flame Boost on there. You can have that infantry pulse there, and if you couple him with someone like Delthea or someone like that, you're going to go ahead and have that 3-turn cooldown on Miracle, or you're going to let them rock a, well, I guess a Glacies or a Iceberg right away in Delthea's case, but you're going to come out with a great special. Summer Xander's going to have, depending on your IVs, like a 52 attack, which is respectable, and he's just going to wreck things. It'll be so much fun. If you guys get him, I highly recommend that you invest in him. It'll be worth it. And hey, if you guys could do me a favor, rotate your phone into portrait mode or hit escape to leave full screen mode and tap that like button if I gave you something to chew on, if you liked our little talks here. If you missed any of the latest Fire Emblem hero information, tap or click any of the links on the left. And if you like your information hot and fresh like grandma's cookies, click that subscribe button. My name is Deltran. Thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate all of you. And until next time, take it easy.